What up? I'm back. It's the second video. Today's topic, we're talking about Itachi. I can't lie, if you're an Itachi fan, you're not gonna like this video. Now you can probably tell by the thumbnail, I'm not exactly a big Itachi fan. Now you're probably wondering why that is.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
But in all seriousness, the real reason I just don't like this character because I feel like he receives a lot of undue praise when he committed such vile and evil acts. Part of the reason why I ride so hard for Sasuke is because people victim blame him so hard when it comes to Itachi. Because God forbid their glorious king Itachi did something wrong or evil. I'm just saying, like, keep it a book. Even if you're an Itachi fan, his plans made no sense. Like, think from the beginning, right? He decides it's a better idea to murder his whole clan, his whole family, mom, dad, whatever, cousins, grandmother, whole clan gone. Girlfriend dead. Shisui got knocked off by Donzo. But he decided it's better to murder his whole clan instead of fighting with them in a civil war against the Leaf Village. Now, mind you, the Uchiha are the victim in this scenario. They have been racially discriminated against, politically and socially isolated, and he chooses to side with the same village that's oppressing his people. Are you starting to see my point and why I don't really like this character that much? Because I get, they say in the story that he wants to, go the path with the least amount of bloodshed, which I get, I do get it. But I feel like you gotta owe more loyalty to your family. Like, I mean, right or wrong, or whether or not they were perfect, I feel like you have to. I don't feel like it is morally right to basically genocide a whole, or well, probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. Unalive a whole group of people, and for a village that doesn't reciprocate it. I mean, the village used and abused Itachi and his his goodwill to what end? And it's all even dumber to me because he was following Donzo's orders, which I don't know why anybody would trust Donzo at this point. Donzo has continually shown time and time again he does not know what he is talking about. He is not working for the village. He actively goes against the needs of the village multiple times. So I don't understand how Itachi could side with this dude, knowing this guy is shiesty. Like, it's just mind-boggling to me because I don't get how people can sit here and talk about the ninja world being so evil and then seem to just turn a blind eye when it comes to Itachi when he's protecting that same evil. Guys like Donzo are allowed to live because people like Itachi allow him to do it. Because just to me, it seems like at some point you gotta ask, what are you even protecting at this point whenever you have such crooked and foul leadership like Donzo? Because it's shown time and time again that, Itachi had a love for the Leaf Village, and I have to ask why. The Leaf Village deserves everything that it gets. I'm just being real. The Leaf Village, like just how they treated Naruto alone, is enough to tell you that this village is absolutely garbage. They had Naruto living in Section 8 housing and eating off of food stamps. And it's even worse because the third said he would look after Naruto.
Lie detector determined that was a lie.
Same thing with Sasuke. They left Sasuke to his own devices, leaving him to stew and be angry, upset. On top of the fact that they let Itachi come back to traumatize him again. They did Kakashi's dad dirty. They turned Rin into a weapon. Who else did they sell? Oh yeah, Shisui via Donzo, because that is still definitely Leaf Village activity because the third Hokage couldn't boss up and tell Donzo to sit down. This is the same village that had a girl get kidnapped, yet somehow they were so weak and so garbage that they ended up having to send Neji's dad to go sacrifice himself because somebody else snuck into the village to kidnap a little kid. Like, it's starting to make sense now. The Leaf Village fails their citizens time and time and time again, and yet Itachi still chose it over his own family.
This guy is fucking stupid!
But that's not even the worst bit, because while everything I just said was slimy, what he did to Sasuke is really unforgivable. I know I mentioned it, I mentioned it in my previous video, but I didn't go all the way. This man claims that he was trying to help Sasuke by traumatizing him. Like, look back in the series. This man does nothing but traumatize Sasuke and foster more hatred, and he thinks that that was going to turn to something positive. Really, because think about it. He showed up at the hotel, didn't even acknowledge Sasuke was there. He was there for Naruto. Broke his wrist, hit him with a Tsukuyomi again, gave him PTSD all over again. And this man's not a villain? Like, I really cannot overstate how much he screwed up Sasuke's life. Like, under different circumstances, Sasuke would have never gone down the path that he did. But then now you have Itachi. He claims, I'm sorry, bro, maybe it's just me, but I don't want somebody to love me the way Itachi loves Sasuke. I'm just being personal, bro. You don't have to murder my whole family and beat me up and just play the most horrendous stuff over and over and over again. You murdering my parents. To me that's not love. That's abuse. But that's just me though. But is it not crazy to anybody else that basically Itachi was out here trying to Joe Jackson Sasuke into being a hero, into being strong? That's not wild to anybody else. Nobody, whenever we were watching this series, nobody else think that maybe it's not healthy for a little kid to be traumatized, to be focused solely on hate. No, nobody. So now that I think about it, all those people who get upset about Sasuke with the Five Kage Summit and him saying that he's going to destroy the whole Leaf Village. I just want you to keep in mind, this man has less blood on his hands than Itachi. Sasuke has a kill count of like what? Donzo, I guess you want to count Datara, but he rage quit. Uh, and that's really about it. He said he was gonna do stuff, but he never actually did it. Itachi actually has murdered people like ruthlessly, women, children. Doesn't really matter. He murdered them. Him and Obito. Yet somehow Sasuke is more morally egregious. That's about all I got for today. Lesson of the day is Itachi's trash. I mean, you can disagree in the comments, but I feel like I made a pretty solid case today. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment.